Hi, Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will understand about Hormesis. What is the meaning of Hormesis, and we will understand about what is this Hormesis. So the Hormesis is the basically Hormesis is the a minor stress. Remember, what is a minor stress and what is the chronic stress and what is that? Let's understand about that. So basically, whenever you will go into the gym, so that you are putting the stress in your body for the short interval of time, and that stress means your muscle will break, your myofiber will break. When your myofibril, basically muscle fiber, will break in this way, that basically is going to the damage, and it means you are putting the stress which that is damaging your body, but that will recover after the sleep. So on the other hand, the low level of oxygen is known as the hypoxia during the exercise. So you should fast exercise and high strength training to decrease the oxygen and increase the lactic acid production is the injury of your body, and that is the stress. So the hypoxia means the low level of oxygen in your tissue, and hypoxemia means the low level of oxygen in your blood. When you will work hard, your mitochondria require more oxygen, but you are not providing the more oxygen because the low level of oxygen, because you are working more hard, and that will lead to give the stress, because the low level of oxygen itself is the stress. And lactic acid production, that lactic acid will give the signal to your body and your gene, your DNA, to activate the certain gene like SIRT1 gene and other type of gene, which that is stress management related gene. The stress management related gene activation will lead to improve your cell, the biogenesis of mitochondria for the next stress prevention. In this way, your body will prevent to next stress is like that, basically just previous stress. So your body will adapt again and again. This is the number one thing, is the exercise is the stress, but you can also give the stress through a cold water bath, and then after the cold water bath your body will get the stress through to the cold stress. Whenever the cold stress, after you will again reverse to the hot bath. So in this way, that stress will lead to manage your gene activation, will lead to basically face that problem and that stress. That is the minor stress, remember, and it is repairable and again repair. This is the hormesis. And on the other hand, let's understand about that. Stretching exercise is also the stress, and that is the minor stress. So in this way, you will get the stress. And rather than the breakdown of your bones and other problems, the injury, which that is the chronic stress, because it will take time to heal. But the minor stress, for example, the muscle breakdown, that is hormesis, which that is also stress. On the other hand, the learning, in the school and the colleges and university, you are learning still to understand what is the concept and what is that. That is also going to the stress, and that if the minor stress, and after this stress you will solve the problem like mathematics and physics or chemistry. So in this way, you are also getting the stress is in the brain, which that will lead to activate the neuroplasticity, BDNF, which that is also produced from this stress, will lead to neuroplasticity, neurogenesis, and basically synapse increase will lead to cognition work more improve. So your brain overall improve due to this stress. On the other hand, basically the high strength exercise, fighting like wrestling, which that will activate your bones morphogenetic protein, which that will lead to increase the bone strength. So this is the hormesis. Hormesis mean the short stress, which that will lead to get the health benefit. On the other hand, important thing you should need to understand, the plant and animal, which that those animal and plant which that get the more stress environment and their lifespan will be increased, will lead to basically when you will consume that things and stressful in this way, that plant and animal produce that certain gene activation to produce that chemicals which that face that problem, and in this way that compound also enter in your body to function well for the stress management. So remember that things, the genetically modified organism like broiler and the farming egg, on the other hand the pig and the basically the pork, whenever you will use these for due to the economical problem and you are just for selling something, and a company are selling and increase the production of and production and growth of the animal and plant, that plant is not good as much as like a stress facing plant and animal. So that is also that related to the stress which that increase your lifespan and increase your certain one gene and other gene which that is basically face the stress and that produce certain type of protein which that inhibit the long term stress. But the chronic inflammation like obesity and chronic inflammation like infection and other parasite infection which that is chronic stress and that stress is harmful, like the arthritis and the rheumatoid arthritis, autoimmune disorder, and on the other hand the HIV infection, AIDS, and that stress will lead to cause many disease, and that stress is the chronic inflammation and the chronic stress which that damage your body throughout the time, rather than the minor stress hormesis which that is basically important your body, and your body will activate that gene which that prevent the arteriosclerosis, arthritis, and type 2 diabetes mellitus, even the chronic inflammatory disease, chronic autoimmune disorder, and the other problem, and your immune system will work better due to that gene activation, and that's a stress which basically the helpful. I hope you make sense about that. If you like my video, please make sure to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next video. For this time, bye. Allah Hafiz.